Thank you for visiting the Coin Series channel again. Since Bitcoin's price hasn't risen above $50,000 in more than 2 years, naturally, the crypto world is abuzz about it. Costs more than $50,000 are quite rare. However, it has finally arrived. Wow, that's incredible. The prudence of thinking this is the top is also being cast into doubt by a number of pessimistic specialists. Please clarify this for me. Bitcoin may have already achieved its maximum potential, or at least there are some decent people who think so. Nonetheless, they may be totally mistaken. Even though I am aware of it, I will just say that I am feeling positive for the moment. This market is on fire, and most experts think it will keep going up. I can tell you it's hot, but we'll have to see if that's accurate. If stocks continue their present course, I don't see any reason why cryptocurrencies would go against the grain. Waiting for stock prices to break above certain levels is the only remaining option. On the other hand, XRP is trying to make sense of this. In this video, I will go over the thoughts of several experts and, as a side note, the universal agreement, XRP will go up in price when this market falls down, as I have said. Since the asset classes move in tandem, I have been running the channel for years and have been projecting that XRP will have a significant breakout in relation to Bitcoin for quite some time. One of my favorite industry experts also made some comments that I'd like to share. He listed 6 alternative cryptocurrencies today that, in his view, will soon be valued 10 times what they are now. Actually, I have one. For the record, I am not a financial expert. I am not offering financial advice, and you should under no circumstances act upon my recommendations. I simply enjoy making videos on YouTube about cryptocurrency as an enthusiast. Basically, just for fun and enjoyment. For 50,142 bitcoins and 53.2 cents each XRP, I decided to film it all over again. A 24-hour high, at 53.7 cents, is moving in the right direction, indicating that this thing is predicted to break out shortly, even if it was trying the resistance level at 54 cents, Saints money. Initially, it appeared unsolvable, however, upon awakening, I came to the realization that this is simply the nature of cryptography. It stands as it is. Since widespread criticism typically precedes major developments in the cryptocurrency market, I tend to be more optimistic during times of widespread criticism. That is all there is to it. Please have a look at this. I have determined that the total market capitalization of this asset class exceeds $1.9 trillion. When the crypto fear and greed index hit its peak of 79 out of 100 is something I have no idea. What this indicates is that there is a great deal of greed in the market. We seem to have been emerging from the market bottom for what seems like an eternity at this point. Only 2 days have passed since extreme greed began. A lot of people think the markets are going crazy right now. The reality that we have been climbing consistently for over a year, that some people are feeling greedy, and that there is delight right now are all facts that I will not ignore. Given something as a given. But is it really happiness? Is it comparable to ecstatic greed? Personally, I don't see it that way. Even though it's only been 2 days, the crypto fear and greed index has already seen huge greed. However, we contend that this indicates the top for this specific statistic. I'm still confused. I would be surprised, actually. The temporal chart, though, is shown here. Trying to figure this out is something I want to focus on for a long time. Regrettably, I am unable to recall the previous occurrence of anything similar. When was the last occasion when the market for cryptocurrencies was so unpredictable? It looks like it happened around November of 2021, right around the time Bitcoin was at its highest value. Since then, we have not observed this. It had been over 2 years. Then, we haven't even set foot in this place yet. When we consider the prior market cycle, we can see that the 1990s were a time of relative peace, followed by a period of extreme greed in 2020. For example, on December 7, 2020, we had 94 out of 100. I just wanted to mention it, in case anyone is interested. An article regarding the current Bitcoin price strike was shared on the Bitcoin Archive social media account. However, Bear in mind the following trivia, because this is fascinating. In the whole history of Bitcoin, there have been precisely 144 days when its value has exceeded $50,000. That point accounts for precisely 2.44% of its overall existence. This is an unprecedented period, you guys. Even if Bitcoin is predicted to hit a new all-time high, I am cognizant of the fact that it could see a decline in value in response to such developments. It's normal for something to continue after all these years, but something is the type of thing when you finally come upon something. We will watch to see if the cycle is different. Nevertheless, this is incredibly exciting, given the peculiar conditions we are presently facing. Also, think about putting your money into XRP or another multi-home dacha even if Bitcoin isn't your thing. Until now, no cryptocurrency has been able to keep up with Bitcoin. This is really thrilling because I believe it should now. What a wonderful sight this is. I figured I'd give a 39-minute film about genuine crypto and chart animals a go. In case anyone was curious about when he released it earlier, I am recording it at 7:29 p.m. Central Time on Monday, February 12, 2024. After viewing this movie, I felt compelled to share my thoughts on a few key issues. I won't bore you with the details. One of them is that he listed 6 alternative cryptocurrencies whose prices are low, but whose worth is expected to double soon. Those are the creatures I was referring to when I started the video. He also predicts that it will be closer to 20 times for most of them. Some might even be higher, but all he's doing is expressing his quite reasonable opinion. Listen to it for the first Bitcoin. A price of $100,000 to $300,000, according to his prediction, will be reached by Bitcoin at the peak of the current market cycle. The consequence is dependent on how intense the thrill becomes. As he acknowledged in his videos, there is a rather big range, from 100,000 to 300,000. This range is really wide. I could tell you that cryptocurrencies are the bee's knees, but your mileage may vary depending on 2 big unknowns: the amount of money that will be pouring into them and the intensity of the euphoria. Bitcoin, according to his best estimate, would likely reach a market cycle high of roughly $150,000, meaning that there is only about a 3-fold gain from here. Most people should look into altcoins instead of Bitcoin because they are more popular right now. In addition, many coins, including ones with large market values like XRP, may find that to be a reasonable expectation if a 10-fold gain is being discussed thereafter. That strikes me as exceedingly traditionalist. Considering that XRP is only worth $5 with a 10-fold growth, it's easy to understand how XRP will fall while Bitcoins achieve a new all-time high. Being so conservative, I think a lot of other cryptocurrencies will do better than that. Now is the moment for Bitcoin and grown-ups to reach new levels of success. This is where the things that change our lives happen. Certainly, the 6 to 12 months that follow. That seems reasonable to me. Whatever your thoughts on its future velocity may be, the 4-year cycle prediction states that it will fall into that timeframe. Nevertheless, we are about there. We will have to wait and watch if it materializes, but if you want to understand how incredible it is, you need to be involved in cryptocurrency right now. In regards to that, we can remain seated, but today is solely dedicated to enjoying ourselves, isn't it? The experience of seeing this is delightful. Because it is trading above its local high of 49,000, which occurred approximately a month ago when the Bitcoin ETFs were approved, he feels that the current price level of $50,000 is likely an indication that Bitcoin is set to undergo its next major upsurge. He predicts that Bitcoin will likely hit a new all-time high even before the halving, which is set to happen in April, around April 20th. Regardless, I suppose. So, I'll only mention the 6 coins in passing. After that, we'll have to wait and see. Due to my heavy investment in Bitcoin last year, I am currently halting the purchase of anything else. However, I thought I'd bring it up just to see if you could keep an eye on the situation. I beg you not to listen to me and buy these coins. I don't even have legal ownership of them, save for one. H-bar is among them. It is one of my most valuable assets. At the moment, Bitcoin is my second largest holding, but that number changes frequently depending on people's tastes in other coins. Before that, H-bar was my second largest holding, and after that, it was my third largest holding. Following that, put a lot of money into XRP. It wouldn't shock me if some else I respect unexpectedly ran first, and I wouldn't be shocked if they briefly became my top holding. But right now, it's leaps and bounds ahead. Yes, that's XRP. Let me be clear, I am not suggesting that you approach him. Nonetheless, I am in possession of a bar, one of the 6 items he often brought up. He looks pretty optimistic, so I think it would be fascinating to observe how things progress. The first step is CFX. Another 2 are DY and DX. The order is as follows: 3rd, Cask, 4th, IOZ, then H-bar, and finally, Ocean, as previously said. I may investigate him just for fun to find out more about them, but other than that, I have no genuine knowledge of them. Currently, I am unable to purchase cryptocurrencies, thus I need to take a vacation from doing so. With any luck, I will be able to weather this market cycle relatively unscathed if Bitcoin does really erupt to new all-time highs. I'm all set. I am satisfied with just one extra point. I might go so far as to buy something. A substantial quantity of cash is superfluous. This will decide the result. Unless, of course, you're going to love it. What comes next is this: an analyst who doesn't know him has posted anything, and it doesn't matter. However, Mr. J Nest J is an eloquent name for him. You can see 4 consecutive market cycles split by a line in the middle that depicts where the happiness is. Nonetheless, I discovered this post by Credible Cryptos reposting it, and the following day I uploaded the screen you see there. You are the first ever golden break prior to our break from the 4-year cycle. This is the word on the street from reliable cryptocurrency, and if you believe them, the next market cycle began in 2018. And the fall that happened after 2020. The idea that a cycle was getting longer, rather than ending, was his theory. Consequently, the most strenuous phase, preceding habit, is about to commence. You can observe this sort of thing happening exactly this many days as he is pointing out. Just look at the screen. The record at the peak is 57 days, although that includes events that occurred before and after the time it took to reach there. It was the same thing both before and after that, and it continued in the 163 days that followed. The one that came after it was 163 days as well. Following then, the market cycle was 66 days long before the halving. That is unique, the only thing it is fast. That has never happened before in the annals of humanity. That is the subject of his argument. As a result, Credible Crypto shared the post, superimposed the word shocker, and said, "We're breaking the 4-year cycle." He has been in this role for quite some time, so that's why. Along with that, he is not the only one. One of the IT developer's 420,000x followers actually answered with "Who doesn't say," and he also posted a post from last July 16th. Please allow me a moment to maximize this window. He did mention that it seems like Satoshi has never tried to arrange things in a logical way. The world in which Bitcoin operates is controlled by cycles of liquidity. This is the situation we are in. Just because it signifies a 50% decrease in the new supply of Bitcoin doesn't mean I'm buying into the whole owning notion just yet. I still think it's not particularly consequential, and the numbers back me up on that. Remember that there are many others who share the view that Bitcoin prices could reach $150,000 this market cycle, just because one credible crypto investor has said so. Bitcoin, according to one analyst's forecast, would most certainly reach a price of $150,000 after breaking over the neckline of the 2-year head and shoulders pattern. I predict a lot of enthusiasm in the market, but I don't think it will reach euphoria. On the contrary, I think the Bitcoin market will experience a period of intense greed and anxiety before calming down. Since that's all it is, discussing a 2x, 3x, or 4x value for Bitcoin isn't that intriguing. I am focusing on the here and now at the moment. Personally, I'll be touched by it, but that's just because I've owned Bitcoin since 2017. That seems very similar to the current state of affairs. I consider my Bitcoin holdings to be rather substantial. This symmetrical triangle XRP chart was posted by Crypto Rover, an analyst. He claims the chart represents the price of XRP. Also, it's been 3 years since then. The breakout might still be very significant, in my opinion. From his point of view, the time of truth is rapidly approaching. As a result, you should expect this symmetrical triangle to break in some manner upon reaching it. Which do you think is more likely, down or up? Are you aware of my bet that if other markets also move up, I will win? Grew at a rapid pace. We can hardly wait for face melt land to finally arrive. Dusty BC Crypto, a fellow XRP YouTuber and analyst, has shared this pricing chart, which is another symmetrical triangle, and he predicts that the price of XRP God cable will surge by 4,000%. In addition, he thinks the XRP explosion will be huge. But today isn't that day. Yeah, that's right. I am in agreement. We must complete the setup process. In spite of this, XRP has been holding its own above support as Bitcoin keeps moving forward. Experts at Cryptus have noted that it is actually meeting more formidable resistance, close to 54 cents. With 54 cents of resistance resting just above XRP, we can see that the falling wedge is still in action and that XRP is making a decent rebound from daily 21. Here we go again with another XRP chart. So, we'll watch what happens as it happens. On the other hand, I am exceedingly hopeful. According to what was indicated earlier, XRP has surpassed 52.86 cents. The next 50 feet will be between 5.4 cents and 60 cents in the next few hours. Dark Defenders, an XRP analyst, has come to this conclusion. The fact that we can always come back with a touch extra humor makes it pleasant when people make fun of us. Next, we'll go to $1.88 and $5.85. Thus, he remains unwavering in his conviction that these price points will be achieved. On top of that, I don't think that's particularly crazy. That seems cautious, given that XRP is likely to hit a new all-time high. Are you kidding me? At last, after a long time, finding interest rates is as easy as $5. A little bit of a challenge to understand. So, I guess I won't be making a price prediction. I don't know what's going to happen. If we're going to experience the normal extreme joy, though, I'm hoping it will be a bit larger. Nevertheless, the result will be revealed. Living in this period is very thrilling. Nowadays, being a part of the Bitcoin sector is a lot of fun. This is just astounding. I hope everything goes well for you today as you purchase $50,000 worth of Bitcoin. That is the end of the video. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye for now.